Run for Your Life 5K in Kittaning. Finished first overall in 18:19. Laps were 5:33, 5:58, 6:05. So not a bad time today. Started at the YMCA. Ran behind that for a couple tenths. Did like a quick zigzag a little bit before we hit this rail trail. Don't ask me what rail trail it is. I forgot to look. I don't know the name offhand, but whatever it is in Kittaning, seems to be a nice rail trail, decently taken care of. It's a pretty actually good morning. It's like 60 degrees. It's 63 right now. I think it was 61 when I pulled in. So very hot for an October 28th race in the morning. It was being called for rain all morning, during the race. It was supposed to be heavy rain. I just encountered a few sprinkles on the way, and we didn't get nothing during the race. So I'm very thankful for that, because it would have made it a little bit more miserable. But actually after the race, right when they were doing the awards, that's when the rain actually came. Came down pretty hard for, I wouldn't even say 5 minutes, less than 5 minutes, and then it lightened back up. It's just like a misty rain right now, and it's not even too cold, so got lucky, missed that. Other than that, not too much to really say, because I did hit a little pocket of rain around Elderton way on my way, but nothing major. I was tired this morning. Wasn't really feeling it, to be honest with you. Kind of stiff as well. I know people were asking me when I got here if I was tired and stuff. I really wasn't awake, but again, I was also tired. I did feel it in my legs this morning, and they just didn't feel like they were ready to go yet. Probably just needed a little bit more sleep or some energy. I know my music really didn't get me motivated in the morning, but I was just gonna play it out and see how things felt. There was 300 people plus pre-registered, so a huge crowd. I didn't know how many were going to be runners or just walkers, but still 300 people is a pretty good crowd for a 5K. Very good mix of runners and walkers supporting the cause, because the cause itself is for CPR, training, and I think AEDs as well. So there's something good, because I guess the reason, I'll get to the reason why it started to begin with, is I think it was the beginning of last month in September, Erie Marathon. Somebody collapsed during that race, and a couple of the ladies that are nurses and stuff, medical personnel, actually gave the guy CPR. So they're doing a 5K to raise money for more CPR training, and I believe AEDs as well. I could be wrong on that, so don't quote me if I'm wrong. So it's a good cause. It's one of those things people should know. It does save people's lives. So there's the backstory to that. And then I even think a week later, another lady saved somebody else at a different race, if I'm not mistaken. Again, don't quote me on that. But I believe there was 2 instances where CPR at races actually saved people's lives within a week. Because I know Erie's is on Sunday, and I think somebody helped somebody else on that Saturday following, so it was definitely within a week. Anyway, I was just gonna let things play out today. Let everybody else dictate the pace. just because of the way I was feeling, and that's what I did. I know there were some younger kids at the front of the start. I stayed back a row or two. I just wasn't going to get caught up in that because I really honestly did not warm up properly today. Like even my normal warm up, I just slacked on that front because I just felt like it wasn't going to help at all today, getting me energized. I just jogged maybe a tenth or two at the most to get going, not really stretching too much. Whatever. So I did start purposely back like I've been doing, keep myself in check from going out too fast and blowing up. But obviously that didn't last too long because I threw down a 5:33 for the first mile. That was more like the asphalt section of the race before we hit the rail trail. But probably, it was definitely less than a half mile in. I took the lead and led the rest of the race. I would say between 0.3 and 0.5. Some of the kids dropped off quick. Only a couple stayed. My buddy stayed. I think he was the last one that I passed. Still on the asphalt section. And then definitely it was in the lead on the rail trail. Did have some people like right on me for a while. I looked back and I saw them close. I actually went to the left-hand side of the trail at the time because I was going to see if they were going to pass me. I was going to let them and then just draft off them for a while and then just take over. But I really didn't know the field, so I really couldn't judge, you know, who was who, what people were able to do. So it was kind of a filling out process early on. But when I looked back maybe 5-10 seconds later, I saw like I had a nice gap from looking back that first time, and I was like, all right, just wait to the turnaround and see what happens, see who's going to stick and who's not. There was definitely a lot of leaves on the trail. Looks pretty scenic, even though I was more concentrating on the rail trail today because of the leaf cover. I didn't want to trip on something like a stick or like I don't know, like a walnut or acorn or something and twist an ankle. So I didn't really get to look side to side, but I could definitely see like the fall foliage in full effect on the trail. From what I could see, it looked real nice. There was a little bit of a clear path on the rail trail. Like the whole trail itself was covered except for one, maybe like 1.5 person could fit on this, like the cleared leaves part. So I knew right away on the way back it was gonna suck because I was gonna have to be actually on the leaf part with people still heading out, because the cleared part was on the right hand side of the trail. So on the way back, having to be on the other side of the trail, even though it's the right hand side, I was gonna have to deal with the leaf cover. So there's that. I did take water at the water stop. I probably really didn't need it. I was a little bit dry, but I figured just take one gulp, and then I just splashed it on myself. Then after splashing it on myself, I was like, that's pretty dumb, because now your nuts are all wet. Because it just went down my chest, right down to my nuts. I was just like, what a dumbass. But I had maybe 20 seconds at the turn is what I'm going to say. Maybe 15, 20-ish range. So I was like, all right, you got this. Just don't do nothing stupid and trip or blow up. So I did, I don't want to say pull back, but I just made sure I was on that like edge where, hey, save some if need be, but don't go full on out, blow yourself up and then not be able to recover type mentality. So that's what I did the rest of the race on the way back. I did like the top, we'll say like the top 5 or 6, probably within 30 seconds. And there was like a 10-15 second drop off behind them. And then like the mass behind that. It was pretty steady from the turnaround then, I guess, to 2.7, 2.8 range. I would say 2.7. The way back wasn't too bad. Like I said, as I just stayed steady. But what hurt me on the way back was just like people not paying attention. There was quite a few kids not paying attention, like on my side of the trail, and like they cut like right in front of me, like just like 2 or 3 feet, like not paying attention, trying to see what's like get a view of the river, which would have been on my right hand side going back. Like they were like trying to look at the river and like just cutting in front of me. I'm like, whoa kid, like, hey, you know what I mean, like pay attention, because like if you're cutting in front of me, like, you know, it becomes like a trip hazard. There was a couple ladies that were on their phones, did the same thing, like not paying attention, but they were like 4 or 5 wide on the trail. I'm like, whoa, like, hey, look up. Just like taking up the whole trail. But that's usually what happens on out and backs. People just don't pay attention. But that did slow me down a little bit, and even dropped me back like another gear, because I couldn't like stay fast and geared up because just people not paying attention. Because usually I step off the trail if like somebody's right behind me, or if I'm like trying to race hard or go for a time. Since today I wasn't, I was planning on staying on the trail. Like I wasn't stepping off like I normally would, because that with the leaf cover, I didn't know what was going to be on that side of the trail, so it was better for me to stay on the trail. So I did plow through a little bit. Not that I'm trying to be rude, but to the people like not paying attention. But if you're doing a race, you got to be looking out and cognizant of what's going on, and not on your phone, or just not paying attention, like people coming at you. I mean, you're supposed to look at the like ground, like where your feet are landing, but I mean like just not like texting and driving type deal, I guess, as I video while I'm driving, but whatever. Then once we hit the road again, I slowed up because I saw I had like that 20-second lead. I was like, all right, just maintain, not blow up. And I just like cruised in with 18, 19. I could have definitely been in the 17s. But the way I felt this morning, like being tight and tired, I didn't really want to push it. Again, just get tired or blow up or anything. I just played it smart. And that was probably the right strategy today. But I enjoyed it. I mean, it was a good crowd. Everybody seemed like they were having a good time, supporting the cause and just out in general, like exercising. So that was pretty cool. I videoed the finish line. I'll have that up in a few days. I took some clips and stuff. I'll have those up in a couple of days as well. Well, those probably won't show up on YouTube for another month or so, but I'll have them up on my Facebook in a couple of days, or today maybe. Other than that, it's pretty straightforward. Took first. I think it's win number 31 on the year. 211 lifetime. I don't know. Just glad I went. Something different. Never been on that trails. I think I've only raced in Kittaning one other time, and that was like a night race for like a light up night, I think, or some Christmas. I think it was Christmas time, because I remember looking at Christmas trees down along the river that they decorated. So they had some kind of festival. I'm assuming it was like a light up night. That was a couple years ago. But other than that, I really don't go to Kittaning at all. So it was just nice to be around different area to race this morning. And then just a different crowd. I only knew maybe 4 people there. Maybe 5. I don't know. I actually have to sit down and count. Obviously the timer, and then like just like 5 participants. What was also cool is they had watermelon today. Like this time of year, you really don't see watermelon at races. So it's a welcome sight. You know, I always like my watermelon after a race. I don't know. Other than that, that's about it. They had some kind of like donut and coffee vendor there. I didn't get none of that because I didn't want to eat too much sugar or drink too much caffeine because I want to take a nap here in a little bit when I get home. I'm gonna check it out next year. Like I said, it's a big crowd, both walkers and runners. I don't know. I'd go back. I mean, it seemed well organized. I mean, the lady asked me afterwards if I had anything to improve on. I was like, not really, because I mean, I thought she did a good job, especially the first year. I didn't find nothing really to complain about. I mean, the only thing you really could complain about is the leaf cover on the trail. Get somebody to blow it off, but you blow it off a couple of days before and you get rain or something, the leaves are going to be right back down. So that might be my only suggestion. Or maybe even to tell people, hey, pay attention, because people are going to be coming back. There's going to be two-way traffic. But I don't know. Good morning. That's about it. Yeah, I'll leave it at that. I got to get home, get ready for my quarry shack 5-miler tonight. So I don't know. Just another good race. What I went.